Hello my crafty friends, I'm Lesley and thank you so much for checking out my video at Crafty Cards with Lesley. I've had so much fun playing with this pre-released online exclusive stamp set. Demos can order it now, but it's on general release in November. You know me, I can never make just one card, so let's have a look at what I've been playing with and I've made so far, and then let's make a card. So this is a selection of cards I've done so far. I'll just go through each one. First of all, actually, I'll show you the stamp set that we're going to be using. It's this one, Perfect Pairs, and it's quite a simple little set. It's not a very big set, but there's lots of little components that make great. You could do an engagement card, a wedding card, and an anniversary card is basically what I'm doing today. So yeah, I'll go through the cards that I've done so far. So this one, I thought this was quite cute. I left this one blank inside, but just cut out the little jigsaw puzzles. Unfortunately, this doesn't come with any dies, but they're very, very easy just to fussy cut. So yeah, so that's that one. And this one I think is really cute. It's a shaker card. Now this is one that I'm not going to mass produce. It was kind of finicky. I think I'm going to try and actually do this card, but actually embed the shaker part. So you cut out the actual back part and then put the shaker behind it, because there wasn't really an awful lot of room that I could use for the foam to bump it up. And then I used just some random acetate to put in the little windows, and then the little sparkles, a little glitter. But I thought it was quite cute, and yes, I really want to try and perfect this one so I can make a few more quite quickly. But as I said, it took quite a long time to make this one, so yeah, it was an experiment, but I like experiments. So this one, another little salt and pepper one, Perfect Pair, and I did a little anniversary greeting inside, and then I put the liquid glass on the front there to make it look as though it is glass. I don't know if you can sort of see that one, but a very simple one to make, that one. And then this one and this one are probably my favorite ones. This is the one, little bits, I always have little bits all over. This one I think we're going to make today, and I used the same background stamp as I did the previous video. I think it was the last one or the one before, sketch Plaid. So just have a look if you want to see how to do that. I don't really want to go through the whole thing again because it would just be taking up too much of your time. But if you're curious to see how I did this background, just have a look at the my videos for the sketch Plaid and it will pop up. So this is the one that we're going to do today. So I'm just going to clear everything else out here and let's make a card. I'll leave that one up there so you can see it. Hopefully it's within view. Keep adjusting the height of my camera so it throws it off every time. Okay, I've got some little bits and pieces all cut out here, but I'll go through and we'll stamp each one, and very, very quick and easy one to make. And those are a couple of little envelopes. I just did the little flaps on the envelopes. Always nice to decorate an envelope. So I have, as I said, I have the background done. Now this time I did it on the thick basic white cardstock, and it's just, I stamped it in Toffee, the close to my heart color, but this one is crumb cake. The background of this paper is crumb cake, so it's very, very close to the Toffee color. But I thought we'd just mix it up and just do a white background for this one. So that's the background. Let's just go ahead and we'll assemble the card. So I'll tell you the measurements as we go. This is the regular size. I call it a regular size. It's my size card, which is 5.5 by 4.25. And then the next piece, of course, I always like to cut out little bits that you can't see as I go. So the next piece is 5, it's just a little short of, it's about 1/16 of an inch small. Actually, no, this one I did, the background is the same. It's the white one that's a little bit smaller. So let's go ahead and put this down. And I'm just using the tape runner. As you can see, it's just, this is an old piece of cardstock from my stash, but I will look at the color of this one, the equivalent one in Stampin' Up! Colors. And that's a little bit off. Yeah, I cut my own card bases, so sometimes they're not exactly straight, but let's go ahead and we'll just trim that one. It's an easy fix. Just take a little sliver off. Sometimes the fold is slightly off. But yeah, that's good. So yes, the what I stamped this one in is real red, and then the toffee. It's okay. I'm just having a, I think I need coffee or something. Okay, so this one is a little bit smaller, and this is just a tad over 4 inches and just a tad under 5.5. So it's just going to give you like a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. And you can attach your cardstock with any kind of adhesive that you like to use. I just like to use regular tape runner. Okay, and then we'll put this one down, which there again, that's about a 1/16 of an inch smaller all the way around. So let's measure that one. Yeah, a tad under 4 and a tad under 5.25. And this is stamped on the thick basic white. But it's nice actually to make your own background paper, I think, because then you can make it to whatever color you want. So let's just pop this down. Actually, I'm going to put that up on foam tape. So let's just assemble these two pieces, and then we'll decorate them. Okay, that's about equal. So that will get popped up on there. And so these are the little bits that we're going to be doing, but let's go ahead and just assemble this part first. Okay, so as I said, I'm using the toffee, which is, I think, pretty close to crumb cake. I'm going to put it on my little anti-skid mat here, which you probably can't see. I'll move it up there a little bit closer. And I just want a little, if you can see here, I've just got a little shadow behind the little cluster of cookies and milk. So I'm just going to just pop a little shadow. It's sort of a little anchoring point, I think, for whatever you put in on your card or your scrapbook page too. It's nice to have that that anchor. Okay. Now I'm going to just do the little sentiment as well before I put it up on foam tape. Once you put it up on foam tape, obviously, unless you cover the whole thing with foam tape, it's not really very even, so you're not going to get a very even stamp. So let me get my little perfect pair. We'll pop it right down there. Try and get it straight. Okay, now I'm going to use, where's my Stampin' block? Something always goes walkabout. I'll use this little one. I usually like to use my big chunky one, but if we line it up, this has got little grid marks on. I don't know if you can see, but it's quite a good way to line it up. So I'm going to use Memento ink to stamp it in. I really like this ink. It's got a really nice clean finish to it. Okay, just tap, tap, tap. You don't want to press too hard on your ink pad because you're going to get, you'll get sort of ink around the edges of it, and you don't want that. So let's see if we can line this up. Pretty close. Just hold it down there for a second. There we go. A perfect stamp. Okay, I'll just pop that to one side. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp our little images. So, oh, now I found my block. I put it in the safe spot. Okay, so we need the milk, and we need the cookie, and we need some white paper. So I'm going to stamp this also in black. You could do it in Memento, if in brown if you want, or if you're going to color your milk carton in whatever color your local milk cartons come in. I know ours come in all different colors depending on the percentage of fat in the milk. They're all sort of color coded. So same thing, tap, 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 and then just straight down, just hold it a second, and done. I will wipe this off. Okay, let's do the cookie. Now, I've done red hearts on mine, but you could do chocolate chip coloured hearts on yours too if you want. That works out quite nicely, but I thought I'd add a little bit of colour to it. Okay, so tap, tap, tap. I think that's off screen, but I think you know what it looks like. Okay, and we'll do 2 chocolate chips. 2 chocolate chip cookies, and that's all we have to do for that stamping. So I'll just show you how I coloured these in. Not oh, I forgot something. We need to do the little cow on the front as well. Can't have a milk carton without a cow. I guess you could put a little orange on the front or something and have it as orange juice. Let me just get another block. Do this little one. Do the Memento ink again. Tap, tap, tap. It's a cute little cow. Done. Okay. So, colouring is very, very easy. Now, what I did with these, the way I've coloured them in, you don't really have to worry about this step. But if you want to leave a white edge all the way around, I recommend you do this. And all I did was to stamp one of the cookies, cut it out, and you can see there's a little, I just made a slit there. You can use an X-Acto knife to go all the way around if you wish, but I thought it was just as easy to actually use a pair of scissors and cut it out. The advantage of doing this is that you can line it up, and what I did was, they've got little notches on, so it's quite easy to line it up. But I put a little arrow there towards the little heart that's sort of at the top, the straight heart. So I knew exactly where I had to line it up. So then you can just take your little blending brush and move a few things out of the way here. Little blending brush, and then you can just go like that, hold it down, and go straight over the top. A really, really quick way of making your cookies. Now, if you don't want to leave that white edge when you cut it out, when you fussy cut it, if you don't want to leave the white edge, you can just simply just go around and use your little blending brush and do the whole thing, because it's going to be cut out, so you're not going to be able to see anything that's sort of cut out that goes beyond the lines. I hope that makes sense. So with this one, you can cut all the way and just leave. I think everybody knows what a die cut looks like, a cutout image with a die cut. It has just a very tiny little border all the way around it. Whereas if you fussy cut, you can leave that border or you can just take it straight off. Let's just move that. Now I've got a couple of little different, well, 3 different pens. So it's a very, very easy coloring job. And these are all close to my heart pens, but you can use whatever you wish. This is Ice Grey blend, and I'm going to do the milk jug in that, milk carton. And then this one is a dark red blend, and I'm going to do the straw in that one and the little hearts. And then the fair skin just for a little bit around the cow. So let's go and do that. And I'm just going to do the light one. It just gives it a little tinge of pink, so it doesn't look too white. And maybe do its horns a little deeper. Okay, so that's that one done. Very, very quick. You just want to add a little bit of shading, and inside the little container, of course, it's going to be in the shade, so I'm going to do that a little bit darker, and then just a little bit down the side. You don't want too much. A little bit more on the top, just where it basically where the carton folds, just to give it a little bit of shading. And that's all you need to do. Very, very simple coloring. Okay, the straw. Hopefully I can get close enough to see these little lines. They're all going to be cut out anyway, so if I go over the line, it doesn't really make any difference. Okay, and then the cookies. Now you can color these in before or after, it really doesn't make any difference. Okay, now I'll just cut one out. I don't think you need to watch me cut everything out. So I'm going to not worry about having to fussy cut these, leaving the die cut edge, but I'll just take this and we'll just cut out just on the outside of the black line. So sometimes if you're not right, you don't want to cut right on the line because you do want that black line. But what I like to do after I've finished is just take my finger dauber and some black ink, and then that way it will add a little bit more shade into your image, and it'll get rid of any of the white paper that's sticking outside the line. It's not a very good fussy cutting job, but that's okay. My little trusty finger daubers will cover all of that up. So these have already got ink on them, so keep all my black ones and brown ones in the same little tin. As you can see, I'm just putting a little bit of ink so it goes on the cookie, but then dragging it away, so it covers all those little white bits up on the outside. And I've already done all of those ones. Okay, so let's just go and assemble this card. Of course, I've got ink all over my hands, but that's okay. So what I did was to use some dimensionals. So those are the small ones, which I think are really nice to get into those small little spots. And then these are a little bit bigger. So let's just lay everything out. Oh, and I'm going to pop this up on some, just some tape. It's just tape, quite thin, two-sided foam tape that I get from Amazon. And it's very, very sticky. It's not really very nice tape, but it does the job. You don't want to have it too thick, but you do want to get some dimension there. So center it, you can measure it if you want. I tend to eyeball most of mine. So let's just put a few things down. Those cookies look quite burnt compared with these ones. Okay, so that's all we need to do. So I think we can use the big ones for this one. I'll use 2 for the bottom ones. And then where is it? This is just going to lay slightly over the top, so I'm going to put just a little bit of tape where it's going to rest on the other cookie, and then just 1 foam dimensional on the other side. So make sure you get your little sticky bit there. And then we'll put a couple of dimensionals on here. Just like that. So a very, very easy card to make, as I say. It doesn't take too long. Now what we have to do, well, we don't have to do it, but what I did on this one is I really like, it's a very old die from close to my heart, and it's a border edge die, which makes very pretty border, but even better little hearts. So I tend to use these for embellishment. So I'll just pop out a few, and I'll use my little needle nose glue dispenser and just put a couple of little dots of glue there, and 1 down here. So they make great little embellishments. Whoops. Make sure I've got it the right way around. With it being a die, it presses the paper downwards, so you get a really nice smooth finish on the edges of your dies if you get them in the right direction. It's a bit of a rougher edge if you get them upside down. Probably don't really notice, but I try and get them this way. Okay, so one thing that I did on this one, I don't know if you can see it, but on all the little hearts and the straw, I put this liquid glass, and it does make it look like glass, just like the salt and pepper shaker I did on the other card. So I'm just going to put a little bit on here, and you just need a little dab. Hopefully I don't get too much coming out at once, and hopefully you can see this. I tested it just before I started the video, and it seemed to flow just perfectly. Typical. I think probably because I took the top off, air got to it, and then it just started sealing up. It does dry quite quickly. Let's see if that works. Okay, I'm going to give it a little harder squeeze on this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, get rid of that before it gets over everything. Okay. You just need just a little dots, and then it just sort of spreads out. I'm going to go down the straw. But yeah, if you don't drink milk, or I mean, milk and cookies definitely go together, so I can see why they did that for the set. But if you know somebody doesn't drink milk, put a lemon on there, or orange, or whatever you like. Okay, so we'll put some on the little cow's nose as well. There we go. So a very simple card. I'll pop that there, and I'll bring the other ones back so you can see them. Just put the lid on that one. So yeah, this one is obviously very, move these up so you can see all of them. Try not to squish the liquid glass until it's dry. So this is very similar. I put the liquid glass on this one too. And yeah, salt and pepper shaker, little shaker box. And then this one, I like that one, You Complete Me. Okay, so one more thing. I'm going to leave this one blank that I just did today, because I don't know if I want it as a an anniversary card or engagement card or whatever. But this is the stamp that I used for the ones that I have stamped, the happy anniversary ones, and it's from Layers of Beauty, just so you know. But you can stamp whatever you have in your stash, just go ahead and use it. So yeah, so that's today's card. I'll list everything that I used below, including the color for the red. I can't remember the name of it, but I will list that one. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And also, if you could click on the bell icon, and then that way you'll be notified when I make new videos. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon, and happy crafting. Bye bye.